Coast is clear, Zed, Daniel said, his voice echoing in the empty room. He heard a rustling coming from under the bed. A small pair of hands reached out. Daniel knelt down and held the two hands in his own. He pulled out a dust-covered, confused little boy no older than 12. Daniel Coleman wasn't the only one who escaped from Galaxia Industries that night. What prose! It's like the author was raised on the classical works of Victor Hugo, but brings a modern authority to the medium in the vein of E.L. James. It's truly a masterpiece. It shan't go in any of the many moving boxes I have strewn about my apartment at the moment, because I am preparing to move yet again. Even though I've only been here for 11 months. Man, moving sucks. All my video games are packed, and so are all the books that weren't written by me. Oh well, I guess I'll pass the time by making fun of a harmless product with a silly commercial. Lord knows there's nothing else I should be doing.
Are you frustrated with your weight?
Well, I didn't set that up in the intro skit, but now that you mention it, yes I am.
Do you have a closet full of clothes that just don't fit?
Well, yeah, but I've never really let it bother me. You see, this leather vest hasn't fit me in like 20 years. But one day it will. Until then, though, it's all part of my perpetually postponed Stone Cold Steve Austin cosplay.
Are you tired of starving yourself to lose a few pounds?
You know what's more upsetting? Constantly saying that I'm gonna start eating right, and then the very next day I'll get takeout for all 3 meals. That is an increasingly irritating part of my chemical makeup that I'd love to change. But do please keep showing this black and white footage of a woman starving herself from her meal of broccoli and water.
Now there's Get Fit Perfect Portions.
Okay, so funny story. When I was browsing around and came across this product, I saw the thumbnail for the commercial, and it was these two on the beach. And after a quick glance, I thought the product was called Perfect Positions. I legitimately thought I was going to be talking about a sex product meant for the beach, because I am dumb. But it being about food isn't that bad, right? It's like the sloppy second best option.
The simple way to melt the pounds away.
Melting the pounds away sounds like a great idea. You feeling a little fat today? Just set yourself on fire.
The secret is the unique portion control containers.
Oh my god. I never knew it was so simple. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, and I had to switch camera angles because there's a supernova to my left, and before the inevitable heat death kills me, I had to get these jokes in. Now, I found myself a container, but I don't have any labels. I do, however, have some leftover To From Christmas stickers, so I'm going to use one of these. So one of their containers was called Healthy Fats, and I decided to go with the same thing. To Chris from Healthy Fats, and also Let It Snow, which is apropos because my fridge just turned on. Everything in the world is conspiring to try and ruin this shot today, but I'm powering through because I don't care. Now let's melt away the pounds and portion out some fats.
Just fill with the foods you love.
Oh good, it's not important that it all fits. In that case, get in there.
Fresh and crisp vegetables, refreshing fruits, satisfying carbs.
Oh yeah, this has satisfying carbs too. I love that As Failed on TV has partially become an arts and crafts show.
When you're out of containers, you're done eating for the day.
What? You mean when I'm done with the container, I refill it for snacks later, right?
See amazing results in just 3 weeks with the Perfect Portion System.
Well, who the hell are they? They don't look like they portion anything. I don't know if I like what this commercial is advertising. Hey, try our containers. If you do, in 3 weeks, you'll be a model who's posing on a beach for a sandals commercial. And I could do that too. Honey, the tide's coming in. It seems like a sure way for us to drown. Poor beautiful bastards. They were so concerned about putting healthy fats into a jar, they forgot to not be taken out to sea by the undertow. Probably wouldn't have happened if they had a little bit of meat on their bones.
I thought I was eating healthy, but I was eating too much.
Well, considering it says that you eat 20 portions a day, I'd say you still are.
It fits just the right amount that you need to eat, and once you've eaten that, you realize that's enough. That's enough food.
Look, I'm sorry, fucking Liz. That's not the way it works. Your brain is smarter than brightly colored containers. You see, it knows that even though you put 6 grapes in a container, you're still hiding the Reese's peanut butter cups in the fridge, and it's gonna eat those too.
Don't spend a fortune on costly weight loss programs that don't work.
Oh yeah, don't you hate those weight loss programs where you have to listen to a public speaker? Is this real? Is this like a knock on an actual program? Because it looks like the world's saddest timeshare pitch. And what is this graph? Okay, it's called week 5, but the y-axis looks like it says 2018. So 2018 is a week long? The x-axis, I assume, says weight. So if we read this graph out, sometime in March, or Monday if this was a week, you weigh 0 pounds. Then you steadily gain weight through September. Realizing the problem, you travel back in time to March, or Wednesday at this point, where you've packed on even more weight. You try going back to September on Friday, but you're just getting fatter. So you go back to March on Saturday, growing ever larger still. Eventually, the months plateau to a never-ending march where all you do is gain weight. Well, that's a terrible weight loss program. I agree with this commercial. Don't spend money on something like that. Okay, so everyone's weight loss regimen is different. What works for one of you will engorge your neighbor. Supplements will work for some, eating less will work for some, more exercise will work for some, and perhaps even portioning will work for some. There's some people who don't need anything at all. I know a guy who can eat everything in sight, and he drinks beer like Prohibition is returned, and if he doesn't drink all of it, they're gonna snatch it away from him. And he hasn't gained a pound since high school, and I think that's great. And I love him dearly, but I think, for science, he should be killed. And his blood studied and mass-produced for the benefit of humanity. Chapter 2. Thanks for watching this episode of As Failed on TV. If you liked it, like it. And also subscribe to the channel, because that's how this stuff works. Also, you should check the description for things I've plugged, like my Patreon, my Twitter, and a link where you can purchase the book I was reading in this episode. I don't really have much else to say. I'm running out of time. Okay, thanks. I love you. Bye.